I'm a mother. I love my profession. I'm a surfer. At the same time, I'm like any other human being. I'm very complex. At the same time, very simple. So in my past, I was abused, and I went for healing and therapy when I was 16. And I saw how this healing and therapy and meditation, all this inner work started to help me to overcome a lot of fears, a lot of doubts, a lot of anguish too. And I saw how my inner life became much better, how I become much more confident, trusting myself, enjoying life. And I love human beings, I love people, and it was the perfect combination between what I really got for myself and I saw that really works, and having the opportunity to support people to do the same. I see myself not as a therapist or a facilitator, I see as a support to other people to grow. Of course, I use therapy, I facilitate process, I use a lot of ancient traditions, I use a lot of modern therapeutic techniques, but the way I see myself in the work with people is a support for people to have more awareness, and they can remember that they can go to a very deep state of relaxation and trust on themselves, and through that state they can start healing themselves to become again in their natural way of being, that is health. It's to create a safe and honest and very professional space where I can support each one to they have the courage and the willingness to see where they are, to confront themselves, to see their darkness. So what we can say about darkness: fears, doubts, masks, shadow, how these projections come, the way we hurt others because we are afraid to being hurt, how we manipulate, and at the same time to give them confidence so they can trust in their wisdom, their love, their confidence, so they can really, to become responsible for both sides and to integrate them in their lives. Do you know what I really believe? I don't need to be powerful. I really need to be honest. It's the only thing that I am, is very honest with myself in every moment. And through that presence, where I really allow myself to see where am I can work with myself. And I can really be there, so I don't become attached of a way of being, or imagine that I want something from the other person. I'm much more in contact with myself, and through that, because I relax in that, so I know where are my boundaries, where I need to expand, I can support people to do that in themselves. And power comes from that, from this true honesty and present in each moment. Yeah. So I had an amazing teachers. I'm very blessed, honestly, in that way. I had teachers from therapy, from Osho world. I had a great one, very strong one, that is Milan from Brazil. I had from the Path of Love to Turi and Rafia, that I really honor them. I had João Pires from more aura reading, more spiritual work. He's he's always in my prayers. I had José Campos and Carmen from shamanism, amazing shamans. And my biggest teacher is the mystery of life. This I can tell you, is nature. I used to be a surfer, and honestly, surf really taught me a lot. The relation with nature was the most amazing teacher that I had. So when a big wave would come and I would fall down, to learn how to overcome fear, to paddle out again, to come again to the wave, to trust myself, to see my limits, if I could overcome or if I need to get out because I was too stressed. A lot of anger came out through surfing really big waves. It was amazing, the silence in nature, you know, the sound of sun comes in the morning when it's dark and we are there watching the sun rises. When I go to jungle every year, because I go to a jungle every year, this relation for me is the most important thing that I have in life, because always give me the possibility to come back to my natural vibration, that is nature. Yeah, when I first had the first relation, what we call with shamanism, I watched that many people, they really wanted to know what is shamanism. Honestly, shamanism is the capacity to become more sensible again, so we can really feel and hear and the connection that we have with our Mother Earth. Without her, without this natural relation, we will all die. There's no possibility to survive if we keep on killing this nature. And why we don't see this? Because we are not sensible enough to feel life, to feel the beauty of a sunny day, of rain, how the natural movements on nature comes and goes, you know. So shamanism is prayer religion, okay? Shamanism started with the need of human beings to have this inner dialogue with the mystery. For them, there was no God in that moment. It was the creator, what they call the creator. Not in terms of religion. It was in terms of natural balance of the ecosystem, you know. They would pray to have good seeds so they could plant. They would pray, not in a religious term, but it's like ask, please, no more water, no more rain, or please give me rain because we need the rain. So shamanism was this need of this dialogue between man and this balance. And shamanism allow us to understand that the tribes that still follow this shamanic practice, they are not following a god. They are following the mystery. How are we here and how we can be in balance with water, fire, earth, air, animals, plants, rocks, and now the technology. How can all this in balance so we can keep on living for the future generations? Yeah? How in the future, how they can have clean water. The best compliment that I had in my work was my car mechanical, you know, the guy who works in cars. He was going through a moment of his life, and so he told me, Satья, but he calls me Rita, my birth name, Rita. So I see that you do this work and I go, I need some help. Of course, come. At the end of that retreat, after 4 days, he came out when, you know, when everyone needs to say words or say thank you, whatever. He came out in front of the group and he told me, you know, you only know her here, but I know her outside. And she's exactly the same person, you don't believe. She's the and I think I am. Because this kind of profession, it's not about a role that I go there, you know. It's really, this work needs that I'm the most simple and normal person. Of course, I study a lot, I give my life to this work, and I do everything for this work, but it's really important that what do I help people to be? to be themselves. Why should I be other person, not that I'm not? You understand? So both works are very important. Yes. Why? In a group, we go. It's like an intense work, and a lot of people can mirror you, and you can learn with the sharings of other people's and the process of other people. And it's much more intense because people together create a moment of strong awareness. Individual sessions, the work is slower because we go through the story of the person and where she needs to expand, blossom, expand, to heal. So we go step by step, and we work a lot with integration in daily life. Yeah. So how is it now in your life? And we go step by step. So the combination of both work are very important. Group, boom, it's like a momentum of awareness, of deep healing, of where you can see, you have a lot of structures, where you can see yourself from different dimensions, how you feel, how you react, how you think, where to go, you question yourself, you listen to others, you have a lot of different techniques, so it's like a momentum. Here, you go slower and integrating, so both, the combination is I think is the best what you can have. What I love more is to work in a group, because through a group so many good moments of true healing, where we allow, you know, pain to come, frustration to come, all together, love to come, wisdom to come. People, after some days in a group room, they become, you know, all this wisdom come out, all this beautiful honesty come out, all the masks start to melt, and their true essence is there. It's, you know, for me, groups are a privilege, a blessing in my life, honestly. The way I work is always to get to a point where each person can go into deep silence inside of them. Because through the silence, through the capacity of inner observation, you can really see who you are, what you are doing, and you can decide what to do with that. Yeah? Not to be a slave of your thoughts, of your feelings, the reactions, you know. You're not trapped. Through inner silence and observation, you can start to really feel how you are, to see how you interact with yourself and others. And through that, through awareness at the end, you can choose. You can become who you are. So every technique that I use is to give that space, to allow that person to remember already the awareness that she born with. It's a privilege to born in this planet Earth that is paradise. And I'm very happy that I become more aware so I can enjoy it. And I can love my children, my family, myself, my clients. It's a privilege to be alive, and it's so short. So I'm very happy that I can work with myself so I can really enjoy that. So I use all these techniques to help, to support people to reach their own awareness. So through breath work, amazing technique, you know. We help people to breathe, and the body speaks from it. Body is much more honest than our mind. He really says where we are. So breath work. And allow us to liberate a lot of memories, a lot of traumas that is it's stored in our muscles. And we help the muscles to open that, and that is totally connected with our emotional body and mental body. So it will expand the capacity to remember, to feel, So to become closer to ourselves, to become more healthy, much more healthy. Meditation is the base of my work. I always use meditation in everything that I do, so I support that inner silence, the inner observer. Exposure work, we work a lot with exposure. What is exposure? Don't be afraid of the word exposure. No, exposure work is to allow ourselves to really show who we are in every dimensions that we have. And we have some that we don't like so much, and they are very hard. And we have some that they are amazing and that we love, but we are everything. So exposure is to allow ourselves to become more authentic, more honest with ourselves, and it's very important. And then we have all these ancient rituals, amazing rituals, work with energy, a lot of work with energy, so we can really feel our energetic field and dimensions, and to remember that we are not only this body, so we can really grow and accept that we are much bigger than what we are doing here. In my opinion, of course, it's how I see. A lot of therapy, normal therapy.